All right, have and have not fans, if you haven't done so already, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment your thoughts, as well as hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out any new content that I post on the channel. Now, this video is something I'm posting sooner than later. First, I don't even think I would have thought of this video, but my mom brought it up last night. And this isn't the video where I talk about my thoughts on Candace being completely out of line for calling hired muscle to beat up her mother if the situation demands it, just for her to sign over the money from her account to whatever account that can okay, let me give you a brief little let me just talk a little bit about what I think about that. First of all, it's a dumb plan to begin with, because number one, even if you get Hanna to sign over the documents, that doesn't mean Benny will, unless he's still in jail and Candace goes to visit him to get his signature. That's the only way that's going to work. Two, that's probably not going to work due to the fact that even though Candace doesn't know, David got Jim to call Lloyd at the bank to figure out that Veronica set up the Crier Company account for Candace Young, meaning that there's no way in hell that, Candace is going to be able to persuade Lloyd or get Veronica to call Lloyd and set up another account, due to the fact that Jim is already over his get your fat sweaty ass out of bed. He's not trying to get on Jim's bad side again by doing something stupid like that for Veronica, knowing that Candace Young is involved. So that's one thing I will give props to Candace. She doesn't know about that part. But also the fact that calling for hired thugs and whatnot to come after your own mother, again, that's a video in and of itself. It's one of the most disgusting things Candace has done. Or will do, because she hasn't done it yet. But my mom said, Jeremy, do you think that in some way, shape, or form, Derrick is going to be there to protect Hanna for those thugs? Because, let's just say Benny's still in jail and Hanna's by herself, but then Derrick saves the day. My gosh, I didn't even think of that. There are some videos I haven't done yet going over certain things, about characters sacrificing themselves for other characters, like would Justin take a hit for Jeffrey? It looks like Veronica says she's going to go after him twice as hard. Does that mean Justin is going to end up saving Jeffrey? Same thing with Landon and Charles, with the fact that Charles is now suspicious somewhat of Landon's intentions. If Charles moves down to Savannah at the wrong time in the midst of the Malone war that might be coming, will Landon end up sacrificing himself for Charles? There might be a lot of sacrifices for love, if you will, in the upcoming episodes, which is something that we really haven't seen on the show that much. But when it comes down to it, it really comes to the fact of Derrick being at the right place at the right time, because there's no telling what kind of people RK is going to round up for Candace on short notice. I mean, remember, she got hired thugs to, I guess you could say, get Landon to pee on himself when they were looking for Oscar. I'll never forget that one. And that's when I think Candace told Landon to go up to his room because she had something for him. A man. It's like, are you tired? Yes, I'm exhausted. I had a long day. No, come up here. There's a man. It's like, okay. And we saw that where that got him. What's up with Landon going to these rooms without knowing who's in there? I mean, he did that with Candace. He got choked. Then he did the same thing trying to get drunken sex with Jeffrey. And then Justin ended up choking him. Does he want Charles to choke him too? Oh, well, we'll just have to wait and see. And then we get to Derrick. It seems like, I wonder how is it going to happen? Is it one of those situations where they're at the beach? Something tells me those two are not going to go to the beach on this upcoming Saturday, whatever day Saturday is in the show, due to the fact that we have Benny in jail. Hanna's all upset about that. I don't think that those two are going to be able to get away for the beach that Saturday, unless everything turns out okay, like Benny gets out of jail somehow. And Derrick, he's more than willing to try to get away, especially with Veronica asking for all these favors, like Jim doing the same for Sarah. I really want to see how things turn out. Do you think that Derrick shows up and he gets into a fight and, it manages to fight the guys off to save Hanna? And then, he gets a little banged up as a result, because it looks like a tough guy, but I don't know how many guys Candace is going to send over there for Hanna to be persuaded. Will Candace come through the door, knock on the door and try to ask one more time? But if it doesn't turn out good, she's going to get the guys to come, you know, rough her up. But then Derrick's going to be there as well. Or Derrick just shows up because Catherine sends him over there on an errand. Who knows? But I feel like in a situation like this, maybe we'll find out about the lion tattoo. Maybe it's one of those situations where Candace and Derrick are in the same place at the same time, and Hannah's able to see the similarities in their facial features. Maybe again Derrick gets banged up and he needs to, you know, like go take a shower, get his blood off or something like that, and then that's when you see the tattoo, and then the realization is that, oh my god, Derrick is Candace's father. I feel like in one of those, it will happen in a situation like that. I really did feel like those two going to the beach would have been the best time story-wise for Hanna to find out that he had the tattoo, due to the fact that I'm pretty sure Derrick would drive them there. It's at the beach at one of his, you know, houses or whatever he owns out there. So it would be a situation where Hanna wouldn't be able to make a quick escape when she freaks out finding out the news. You know, she wouldn't be able to jump in her car and leave. She'd be freaked out. There's nobody out there to help her. But it seems like, you know, in an act of courageous, you know, chivalry, Derrick's secret might be exposed, you know, the fact that he does have a tattoo and he was the guy that raped Hanna. But on the flip side, we don't know about the hired thugs or whatever that RK is going to hire. For all we know, one of those guys could be one of the people that Derrick used to roll with. The fact that he has a list of phone numbers that he gave Veronica shows you that even though Derrick has changed his life, he still has his connections if need be. Kind of like, you know, how Jim forewarned Candace about the fact that he knows people who can make people disappear. You know what I mean? So if necessary, Derrick could call upon his old connections if the situation arises. Kind of like how he threatened Veronica. It wouldn't surprise me if he got somebody from his old days to take care of her, which I feel might happen. You never know. But I'm sorry if you hear, because we're having a bad thunderstorm. So if you hear any background noise, that's what it is. Hopefully I'm talking loud enough. I just feel like, you know, Derrick is going to be there to save Hanna, and she's just going to fall for him even more because of that. But as a result, I feel like either during the scuffle, after the scuffle, or if they go to the beach, we will know for sure whether or not he has that tattoo, if he's the man that raped Hanna, if he's the man that's Candace's father. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Derrick is going to be the one to save Hanna from whatever hit that Candace puts on Hanna? Do you think that the people involved with the hit in order to muscle Hanna into signing the paperwork, do you think they know who Derrick is? I feel like this is a great way for the story to take. Again, my mom came up with the theory, so all credit goes to her. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Share this video around because I really want to see what people think about this, and I'll talk to you all soon.